There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents from there. The welcome and life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clear body, so make you. I can't ask you to be venue. Say my journey, Tina can I say my jamo. And yes, I know money. And more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. The world with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand to Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, the San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Okay. So who is he sitting with you? Your husband. Your name, please? Ebenezer Breeder. Moshe, there's the wow Facebook circulating that you gave birth to a pig. Tell us how true it is. Is it true that you gave birth?
Thank you, Lord Father. I'm so happy to listen for you to be here. Okay. God, I've been searching for you. And luckily, I find you.
Okay.
What I want you to say, I'm a gospel artist, Monsegi.
Okay.
But it's so good if you hear something to find out good. What all the saying there is false.
Okay.
How I will give birth to pig? If I give birth to pig, where? And I still have him and better. Even though I get better, the better stay in front of me here.
Okay.
That what made me to just come to the hospital because I hear you have a lot of news today. Okay. People have been calling me left and right. They're calling me all over. You gave birth to pig, you gave birth to little 1 year. I don't give birth to pig. Okay. So if you carry your information, you will know how you carry your information. Because today, all my brother and sister, everybody sitting sad. Even the honorable open sitting sad today because of me. Why you have to lower in the air and then go for your own story to create on somebody? But I pray to God, the person that did that, let me find the person. But what all they saying there is false. They're not me. They're not me. They must look good. They must check behind you before coming out there when they want to make sure they can. If they can't get and see me. Okay. Now why they said it today and then and I even have myself, I've been running to the hospital. Let the people check me if whether that's true or not. Okay. If somebody having to give birth to pig, animal, that kind of person will not sit down and explain. Okay. You will see me lying down, either people trade or either people checking me. But nothing like that. Even things that will happen.
How you doing, Mama?
Okay.
Okay. So who is he sitting with you?
My husband.
Your husband. Your name, please? Ebenezer Breeder. Moshe, there's the wow Facebook circulating that you gave birth to a pig. Tell us how true it is. Is it true that you gave birth?
Thank you, Godfather. I'm so happy to listen for you to be here.
Okay.
I've been searching for you. And luckily, I find you.
Okay.
What I wanted to say, I'm a gospel artist, Monshegi.
Okay.
But it's so good is you hear something to find out good. What all they saying there is false.
Okay.
How I will give birth to pig? If I give birth to pig, where? And I still having my belly. Even though I get belly, the belly stay in front of me here.
Okay.
That what made me to just come to the hospital because I hear a lot of news today.
Okay.
People have been calling me left and right. They're calling me all over. You gave birth to pig, you gave birth to the 1 year. I don't give birth to pig.
Okay.
So if you carry your information, you will know how you carry your information. Because today all my brother and sister, everybody sitting sad. Even the honorable Zobenu sitting sad today because of me. Why you have to low in the air and then go for your own story to create on somebody? But I pray to God, the person that did that, let me find the person. But what all they saying there is false. They're not me. They're not me. They must look good. They must check behind you before coming out there when they want to make sure they can. If they can't get and see me.
Okay.
Now why they said it today and then I not even have myself. I've been running to the hospital. Let the people check me if whether that's true or not.
Okay.
If somebody having to give birth to pig, animal, that kind of person will not sit down and explain.
Okay.
You will see me lying down, either people trade or either people checking me. But nothing like that. Even things.
And you will see me lying down, and people will be checking me back to back. People will be concerned. So many things that will be happening, but unfortunately for me, unfortunately for them, because unfortunately for her, she's still active, she's still moving very strong. And the people who claim that, quote unquote, that she gave birth to piglet or pig, in fact, she's still strong. So she's telling us, especially those news. Oh God, look, that's very interesting. And I just like the way he started with the entire conversation. He said, "Yeah, oh Lord, in fact, I've been thinking about you. I've been waiting to see you." So you see how that look. That's why when we tell people that there'll be a time that people will be waiting to see you, to interact with you, but something will connect you and the people. Yeah. Every time I like about Paul. You know, Paul, let me tell some of you who claim that you can read a Bible. Paul was wishing to see the king, during those days. But every time when Paul made appointment, the people would say, no, king, Paul, the king, so Paul said, okay, no problem. That day will come. That day will come. So Paul continued to teach, spread the gospel, go around teaching, doing everything. One day, the king sent his men to arrest Paul. And when they arrested Paul, they carried Paul to the king. Anyway, that's good. They carried Paul to the king. And when they carried Paul to the king said, okay, Paul. So this is Paul. So when they asked Paul, they said, what you been doing around? The first time I make out of Paul said, look, I think there's a great day for me today because I've been waiting to even see you, king. That was Paul, because when Paul see the king, he will be able to tell the king the truth. That's the thing with life. How many of you today will be willing to even see President Joseph Yeman Boakai and look in his face and telling the president that people are not happy with you, things are not better, the life of our people is terrible? How many of you today? But then you see Joseph Boakai, the first thing is how for you to kneel down. You want to kneel down before Joseph Boakai. That's the first thing about you. You want to worship people. Yeah, yeah, man. You're sorry, people. Sometimes these things happen. Yeah, so more Maxwell. Yeah, Lawrence, you are quite correct. If you want to open church. So we'll recognize all of you today, but that's the fact. Like, for example, I want to see say Miata or say Miata. My entire thing or my entire plan is maybe, like, for example, to even see better Emmanuel Bro. I want to see Emmanuel Bro. What in my mind to tell him? Some of you, by then you see president, your whole head go upside down. You know, you already forget about all of the people, plights, everything they've been putting before you. The only thing that concern you now is how to get your own from the president. No, but Paul was not like that. Paul in was to tell the king about the gospel. That was the aim of Paul. How to tell the king that what the king doing is wrong. How many of us can do all these things today? That's why for some of us, we don't want no contact. We don't want nobody. Because when we see you, we will tell you the truth that things not well, things not fine, things not better. So to that woman issue with giving birth to pig and so forth, look, these mothers, these religious mothers and so forth, how you may call yourself, you have to be careful. And I said that, I commented on one of the videos I saw on one of our sisters on network. I said, I don't know, somebody raised, I don't know, for one to raise death or what kind of thing. And I don't know. Not a lot of people. Or if I don't even lie on God. Because the first thing, you are corrupt. That's the thing with you. You think God are just going to phone bars that you will just look at people and just say, yeah, let me put my spirit in you, because no. When you are corrupt, God destiny himself for you. That's how God look. And almost, if not 99% of us on this earth, we are corrupt. The seed of us is corrupt. Everything about us, we greedy. That's the thing. So he tell you that God will just work on and put his spirit in you and say, yeah, you go raise dead. You go heal somebody. No. There are things that we're missing here today. There are people that have been given the gift of healing people when they are sick. That, for example, it's not religious thing. When someone, like, for example, they are snake now, maybe based on something or right, and you want to heal that person. There are people who have been given this kind of gift for them to heal people when snake have issue with them. They will put the snake medicine on you. This thing and they are normal thing in this life. It don't mean that God spiritual thing. No, these are physical things. The reason there is God himself will not come down from heaven and be telling you that, hey, this is the leaf. Use the leaf for you to heal. No. So these are things that you will put in that certain people will get in them. And when these things are in you, don't use these things. Don't link it to God and say, oh, that's spiritual. No. Don't do that. The three wise men. What happened to the three wise men? I don't know, some of you, what kind of Bible are you reading? I can really be thinking, which type of book, which type of Bible that you reading? Those three wise men, you think, who are they? Sometimes think about your life. Oh, they were apostles. Well, anyway, that's trying to show me. The people interested. Look, now what I say, me, I'll not open no church. Because some of you just made the whole gospel just look the way it look. Who are those three wise men? Ask yourself this question today. Who are they? Oh, in fact, who are they? Those three wise men or those three wise men? So then you ask yourself, you sit back and you think before you can do anything or before you can say something to people. You just woke up this morning to just cause for nothing or embarrassment for other family members. In the name of people gave birth to pig. Today now, where is the pig now? Where is the person that gave birth to pig? But anyway, we live in a society where anything can go free. I don't know it come to any kind of religious thing. People just go scot-free. That's it. Now how the other men who told the people there in Nimba that come again. But I will be welcome to this Friday. Let me see. More will be here very soon. Yeah, so let me share the link around people. Yeah, my brother, it's good that open my church. When we open my church, you make money, you make me friend. Yeah, our people to admit. They can, if you're not able to even read the Bible anymore. So anything anybody said, that's it. They just conclude and say, yeah, that's it. That's a fact. They don't even know between people who are being given certain gift to perform certain tasks. It doesn't mean that they are spiritual people or maybe that they are godly people. No. If maybe can see, then for example, if I can see maybe some kind of more demonic people, it doesn't mean that it's spiritual eyes. He's not spiritual. Oh God. Well, anyway, it's spiritual because you gotta make money. Let me share the link, people. Let's share the show. Yeah, it's interesting. The chairman will be here with us very soon, the social chairman, Steve Bode. Moses will be here with us. The show will be hot. Be more than hot today because why? We will also talk about the bullet that medicine man who were afraid of going to jail. He cried. Me, I should look, you know what I mean to be, what can call it, wage doctor. Yeah. I know which one of you watch Hibutu. You know, Isakaba. Yeah, during those days, you know, Isakaba. Which one of you that watch Isakaba? During those days, let me tell you, Isakaba. That's what we call wage doctor. As what we wage doctor, they have been crying about going to jail. If even in the court, you don't even see me. That's the first thing. By the time you call me in the court, I lost already. To tell you that people are fake. To tell you that people are hustling. Fake people are just too much. Just because of the bad society that we live in today. Why don't we share the show? Let me share the link around first. Wait, that medicine man afraid to go to jail. That means we're going to go to jail. I mean, medicine man as well going to go to jail. I won't see it. Oh, big here. The first thing, in fact, even the judge, I will confuse him. The judge, I will confuse the judge until the judge tell me, say, look, this man is right. Then we know now that your medicine is powerful. What the fake thing they do around here, they be criminals said to be medicine people here. But anyway, people, let me recognize all of you, Mutu and Sadhu Mensa. Yeah, our village. Oh yeah, that's it, man. You're right. Our village. Yeah, man. Look, yeah. Say, Mutu, our advantage. That's what be medicine man. Wait that on. Somebody came into court, then they win me. They give me 5 years in prison. They are there. I cry. I beg. No way. No way. That can happen in my shoe. That can only happen in my country. And my Nimaka. That one can only happen in me. Wait that up. But again, these are kind of life. So they pull the bulletproof. The first thing, ever in my entire life, they put a bulletproof in the minute. Then they try one of them. Yeah. So they say that try one of them. Yeah. So the way that they try one of them, put a bullet in the boo. So yeah, man. So what did guy was want a bulletproof for? To do what? To go and rob or what? Yeah, that mean I want me to do the thing that go. They love interesting. Because when you have bad motive, they know that's some medicine. When you have bad attitude, it can work. So maybe the reason why so many medicine don't work is because the kind of intent of these people, yeah, maybe they were having bad intention. Maybe they want to go and rob. Who knows? So they're right. I support the medicine man on that one. Even though the chairman can't, but I support the medicine man. There are some medicine it will not work. When you want to lie, it will not work. Yeah, but the only place the medicine man blood is for him to allow himself for the court to sentence him. Me on the court, a medicine man. I wait that up. Then court can sentence me. I won't see another court. But anyway, love it. Yeah, man. Good evening to all of you. After this sending a link around the people, they will soon join us, people. We will start the show. The president. But anyway, our president is out of the country, and I see it's on a jet. I'm going to say private jet. Which type of jet? I don't know that one too. They jet to. But folks, actually, man, on a very serious note, let's share the show. Let me see. I'm trying to share the show, but it's serious. Joking serious. Don't allow people to, to cajole you. That what the medicine man, the medicine man blown up. That just medicine man anymore. That is same thing some of the religious people are doing. The other man woke up tomorrow or yesterday, last day, he printed somebody wife. The other one woke up so money. But we thinking about how to start our whole Friday. We just woke up with a kind of news that somebody gave birth to pig. What kind of oh God. But anyway, the chairman is here now already. Yeah, at least I've been killing all the time to make sure that our chairman join us. And the social chairman, Steve Mose. Mose, my dear brother, good evening, sir. How you doing, Chief? You ready again with the face cabo? The people that are giving you hard time with the face cabo. You gotta be careful.
Yeah. Oh, leave that story, man. I don't worry about that. Leave that thing. Oh, let's share the show. The chairman back on today.
Yeah, we just see that you're thinking, you please share the show today. Today, by opinion. Look, last evening I had issue with Steve and another month. The time I was leaving, I turned on doing Google topic and they were just enjoying themselves. I was very mad last night, but I was late already because I already off the network. But I was very magnificent.
You understand yourself, my brother.
Yeah.
Folks, the show. As we speak right now, let's share the show. Today, for today's show, in other news, medicine men in the show, in the news, we're gonna control the medicine men confused, the woman are gonna confused. Everything just discombobulated. Let's share the show. Let's share the show, folks. The show will be don't even check. I beg you. We don't mean not. We're not even making noise. Let's share the show, folks. Let's share the show, please. Welcome to today's edition. Let's share the show. I hear you say you're Bonnie P. But I don't want to go against it more Bonnie. And you know the battle and say swans, sons of swans. So I mean, I saw pig that they're born in the country now. Oh no, Joseph, you want Baga reading? Ain't that? He left today again. We told you that would be fun.
Today is Friday, though, Chairman.
Today again.
Yeah, the president is out. Let me just correct. The president is out for a national duty.
He left today again. My man, somebody on the show here know me very, very well. See that probably like you want to learn. People who can follow me, people who can follow the statement that we can take, they can already predict. Haja La Marina. Oh, you're so smart. Haja La Marina. Same for that. You one of my favorite. I don't know who you are, but you're one of my favorite people right now. Oh man, that's the man. I beg you. My jacket today. I stay with him. In fact, the medicine man are my hero, mama. Can I share the show? The medicine man are my hero. I say it. The medicine man are my hero. What are you talking here? Nobody's today. All inside. Can I share the show, folks?
Well, medicine man got a hustle. So the hustle is real.
Man, the medicine man are my hero, man. You know that thing. Like you're passing around with your Christian and Muslim Benin. Me, I tell the medicine man are my hero. I'm traditional man. Don't tell me. Yeah. Nobody's today.
Your hero. Your hero going to lock it up, or your hero going to lock it up for 5 years.
My man, I still tell my hero. That hero ain't gonna go to jail.
What kind of hero you get? So the hero, so kind of hero, man. Wow. Haja, don't support it, man. In that kind of hero, they're not that kind of hero man can stay with. I don't like the other hero. What kind of hero that
my man, I have business. I own a hero. I own a people. That my hero there. I stand with the medicine man. I don't want to say me. I stand with the medicine man. Y'all say what I want to say. I don't worry about y'all. The one I worry about, I want to talk to. I stand with the medicine man. Folks, let's share the show. Nobody's today here. Ain't I get put in can stand with me. I stand with medicine man. What do you have in? What do you have in now? I stand with the medicine man. For you, let's share the show. Yeah, let's share the show, folks. Melbourne, a lot of things going on. As always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth. And as always, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. That being said, Melbourne, we turn the show over to you. Anything that you would like us to know about, talk about, anything? What's up?
Well, my dear brother, thank you. Like you started, so many things happening back home. In fact, I was passing through with some of them in joke, but they are very serious. So this morning we wake up with the serious news this morning from the southeast, to be specific, Granjile, that a lady, 40 by the name of Mercy Gay, allegedly gave birth to piglet. That's a reference name for that. But again, people shared our live scene, people saw the video, the piglet, and so forth, and people had their own say. But later on, few hours after that, after the prayer mother who allegedly delivered the madam, also she spoke and she said that because of our prayer and so forth, that how the woman were able to give birth to that piglet. But then later on, after a few hours, Madam Mercer gave responded, and she said,
Maybe I beg you, I'm not trying to interrupt you. No, normally I would not do this. Mama, start saying no BB word and then piglet. Start saying all the BB word. Why you got copy my own name? Stop that, man.
Okay, pig.
Yes,
no, you're right.
Piglet.
Okay, you're right. And you said something yesterday that on the show that people don't like to hear certain thing. I said anything can move them. So you're right. So pig. So so the lady now she responded. She says a blatant lie against her character and so forth. In fact, she's still pregnant. She's 6 months pregnant, and in fact, she was seen today at the hospital where she responded and she said that all of the news this morning was blatant lie. So she's still pregnant and she's still carrying her pregnancy. So the mother who said that, or the prayer mother, allegedly lie on her. So apart from that, also there are so many news reaching from Nimba that allegedly witch doctor by the name of Dao also was accused of manipulating or accused of manslaughter, having after some time performing what we call the bulletproof, or I don't know, bulletproof, gun-proof, or how you may call it. So he decided to try his chance on one of the person that went there for it, and unfortunately, one of the person got killed in the process. So because of that, he had been accused of that, and he went through the court process. And on today, he was also sentenced for 5 years in prison for manslaughter because of recklessness and so forth. So that news also sparked off, and there are a lot of mixed reaction to that. That indeed, sometimes so many people they lie, so many people they are 419, and they say a lot of things. But apart from that, also with the story about the man who private part or his things stay the same. Yes, indeed, there are a lot of calls, even though there are 2 brothers that have been accused of manipulating or going to Guinea in making sure that the man thing stand forever because he was accused of loving to one of the brother wife. So the 2 brothers they decided to go to Guinea and alleged that they want his thing to remain the same forever until maybe he confess or so forth. So that happened, but I think the traditional people they are now working in the same in making sure that at least the man restore his normality. That means from his end there as men. So yes, these things in fact they're still happening, and people are still concerned. Even the data from GFK, they are also calling that if there's no way, let it come over at GFK so that they'll be able to do some work on him. And quickly, the president of the Republic of Liberia has traveled to Lomé Toko, according to reports for some national issues on a private jet that also sparking up mixed reactions, even though the government, there are so many people that are responding on behalf of the government.
Maybe, baby, let's do the social side first. Because that useless travel that Joseph Boaga been traveling with, a useless lifestyle of the United Party, will get to it. But can we clear the social part so what people are not confused about, you know, mixing everything? So once we're done the social, then you can keep on with the political aspect.
Thank you. Go ahead, Chairman.
Yeah, so folks, let's get to the social part because it seems that Melbourne is bringing a lot of social news there. First of all, let's start with a woman that they say she gave birth to pigs or pig or whatever. Let's start with it. Well, maybe if I were there, I was going to buy that pig today so we can eat it. Yes, I was going to buy the pig so we can eat it. We're going to kill it, or if it's already dead, we're going to cook it and eat it. Second of all, the woman of God or the mother, we told you before, we don't want to get into religious conversation here, but we told you that most of your pastors, your mothers, I said most of them in our country, they are hustlers. They're lazy men and women who got nothing going on. They got no profession. They are not willing to go to get any kind of profession or to get trained or to engage themselves in anything. They pass around and lie to you and say God called them. And they go to some kind of medicine man. Say they go to some kind of medicine man, get them small juju, they kind thought they say the prophet signed, they didn't want that one. And they start eating show on you. And you start paying the bills, taking care of them, putting their head of you, defending them, making excuses for them. And that's the lifestyle in our country. Most of you, your pastors are scammers. They are hustlers. They got nothing going on. They are using you, your pastors. Most of you in our country, in Labrador, your pastors are scammers. Most of you. Yeah, I will say again, your pastors are scammers. So I support a woman of God for lying. Let me say it again, I support a woman of God for lying. I stand with a woman of God for lying.
So you put just standing with all the people to
my man, ain't you got point where I can stand with? I took my own apartment where I was staying with. Why you get problem with that? I don't understand you. You got your people in the way you can stand with. You got your people in the way you can defend. I said I stand with
all these people that are causing chaos, that are causing problems. Why you stand with them?
That's my own opinion. Why I want to stand with. I stand with a woman of God. In fact, if I knew us, I would make my second hero. I got 2 heroes right now. The medicine man, the woman of God. I beg you. I in between you both. I can go to medicine man. I go to woman of God too. What are you talking? I got to balance my life. If you attack me spiritually, the medicine man will cover. If you attack me from the biblical standpoint, the woman of God will cover it. So I won't be in the middle. I'm made friend with both of them. What are you talking? I got to survive. So, folks, just so we are clear, I stand with the woman of God. And whatever the woman of God said, that the word of God and that what God said to her, so that what she told the woman, that what she told the public that the woman gave birth. So that I don't want the woman passing around say, Mercy passing around say she didn't give birth to pig or whatever. Now basically let her go explain time, no evidence. We get evidence of a pig. And we saw the pig.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. So we don't get evidence that we don't want to be making no any time. We're not making the pig. We get evidence. Let's move on to the next.
Right.
We get evidence. Brother, we get live evidence of a pig laying down. We not get problem with that. We're not worried about y'all. Y'all going to explain, y'all be talking. So, folks, LeBron made a news today, international news, for a woman giving birth to pig. It was prophesied by a woman of God who said she must say she don't want to deliver the pig. Then you so argue. You also be laying down to resting yourself because you gave birth, that you also be making noise, calling people to come. We're not on that thing. We saw the pig and we move. That's it. That comes to the medicine on a part. Oh Lord. Oh God. The medicine man say he got medicine for Goto. Let me thank God. Mr. Morris Dugley is here. Mr. Dollar is here today. Thank God Mr. Dollar is here today. Mr. Dollar, y'all who been around in our country. Y'all who been around in our country for a very, very, very long time. They got anything they call medicine for gun. That we hear from you for I stand with the medicine.
The lie.
So I got no medicine for gun.
I will tell you a story.
So you say, wait. So you came on a show to attack my hero who made medicine for gun. You said my hero lie.
I said a lie.
Okay. Thank God he's going beyond back. Will we be by medicine against you? Why can see? And you call it liar? You watch this?
That we're talking to so wait.
I got a lot of evidence.
That powerful medicine man, you raising your voice
on this story then.
Mr. Dollar, that powerful medicine, you raising your voice.
Yeah, evidence.
That powerful medicine man, you talking to like so, Mr. Dollar, be careful.
They are traditional for one now.
Yeah. Oh,
me and I are recording all Dow.
Yeah, recording
that Dow before Dow saying.
Please screenshot it part and cut it and send it to him. So in your peer to Mr. Dollar today.
Steve, before we go forward, let me tell you a story. you guys will stay teenager, but your mom had it. One of my former boss, he was an assistant director for operation. His name was Johnson. 3 of them went to our medicine man to Bombi Highway right after Port River. So because we heard a rumor that people were bringing incursion in the country, and he was the assistant director for operation. He wanted to be on top of issue all the time. He used to work through all in the night. So they went to a scene kind of 419 person. Late Colonel Henry K. Dixon, the late Colonel Jacob Nimne, and he Johnson. 3 of them used to be together. They went to a 419 traditional medicine man to make a gun proof. So they faced everything. They made people good bit of money, almost $500 United States those days. They put a jacket on him. They put bullet in a single barrel. They shot him straight in his chair. He dropped and died right on the spot. So,
but why you try with pistol for you? Also try small. Why you see?
You try with a single barrel.
No, you also try with pistol. Those small pistol then for at least.
Small pistol is more dangerous than even a single barrel.
So, Mr. Dollar, is it the right way for you to maybe show your chest, maybe your face, your entire, or maybe your body, or your hand? Which one you think will be preferable into all of these things? Your hand?
Yeah. No, listen to me, Mr. Man. If you are trust something and you're going to face bullet, the bullets can come from all angles. It can come through it. It can come to your chest. It can come to your head. It can come to your arm. It can come to your feet, whatever. So the jacket, they can put it on. They say the face it as a bulletproof jacket, the traditional bulletproof jacket. They can put it on your head. They can put it on your hand. They put it on your shoulder, all the way to cover your stomach, your chest, and things there. So where do you think they were trying?
What, Mr. Dollar, you just so that me.
I was assigned with the late Henry K. Dixon. So the 3 parliament. So what happened? Steve, he was a serious problem. I'm telling you so.
So does that mean before you end your point? Does that mean board nigga who can be passing around talking a bunch of foolishness? I don't even believe that idiot anyways. But sorry, I don't believe it.
There's nothing like gun proof.
So board nigga who can be passing around making no.
Board niggas never have no damn gun proof. He's a criminal. He's a liar. Those days they behave that their activities were like this. If you see or somebody straight naked on the principal street of the city, how will you look at such a person to be?
That is crazy. They know what's going on.
Yeah, okay. So the hard born to get them fool people with it. But there's nothing like that. I'm telling you.
So that means when they begin to collect ball nigga and get 25 to the nothing will come inside.
Even you grab him right now, you tell him stand here. Let me try the bullet on you. You will not agree.
So ball nigga they all been fooling people in that country.
These are liars, complete liars. Even the late Gerald Johnson, Roosevelt Johnson. I mean, this woman like just passed away.
Prince Johnson.
PYJ. He used to fool people the same way. He say he got gone through this and that. He got scorpion, this and all that in a lie. When some of them they are brave, they can God bless them. The bullet do not test them. They say they got gone through. It's not true.
Oh,
lie, complete lie. Tell any of them to stand in front of you to try gun. They will not agree. Because
okay.
While even the medicine man who prepared the medicine, he can't stand to try to go on him. Because he know he lied to the people.
Okay. Yeah, all of a sudden Melbourne Jet left. We don't know what's going on. But
we're talking about the story that came up from Grangie there. But to be honest, the thing that caught my mind international that I really want to comment on it, if you guys didn't allow me to say things, was the operational blunder that was did by the Liberia National Police. We need to talk about this thing here.
Okay.
It was a serious operational blunder. So I hope the appropriate authority will take an appropriate step for that thing for people to get to the bottom of it, because there's a lot of videos, eye-witness videos and things in about how things went, and the operation was very unprofessional by killing the gentleman to this place there in Congo Town. So when we reach that, and I will give my experience how things supposed to be done from my understanding as a police officer.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, but you can go ahead. Let me try to make contact with Melbourne and find out what's going on. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. No, basically, according to the story that the police directors give the first-hand progress report to the public, initial report to the public, informing the public that had the incident take place. And what he's seeing and what the eyewitnesses are saying is very, very contradicting. And first of all, if you coming to get someone where you are being called to come and arrest a person, you must know the history of that person first. So before you go and have the person arrested, they have not come up with a story. The police have not explained to us the reason why they called them for, and what was stated to them, who this man was. They have not come. They need to explain that to the public. The public need to know, because what we're getting, this man was somebody who have a mental problem, and he will not disturb anybody. He was in his room. Why going to disturb somebody in his house, in his room? He's now on the public street, endangering the people on the principal street of the country, of the city. Why going to break the door on such a person to say you are arresting him? That need to be explained to the public. The public need to know about that. Who called him? What was the story given to the police? Police needs to tell us. They are not saying anything like that. So if that cannot be explained, we look at it as a assassination. To be honest, you kill a man, and whoever might be responsible for the shooting should bear some punishment. If you to go to jail for life, If that's punishment required, that I think that officer need to go and need to be disrobed from the police force. And whichever was the commanders on the team to carry on the work, the arrest, also the commanders supposed to be disrobed and suspended for unprofessional act. It's wrong because we believe that our national police, the security apparatus, as a frontline people to protect the life of properties of every single person. If you go to arrest or someone, and it depends the crime that the person might have committed. Even the person commits murder, so long the person in door, locking himself up, and no one there that he endangering the person's life, don't break the door on him. So long no one inside the house where he is that he endangering their life, do not break the door on him. You have to make sure that you find a means how you can come out and have him apprehended. Like, bro, that's why I always say many of our people are traumatized. So the war caused a lot of damage for our country, make our children, many of the children then today in the police force, in the active service right now, came in the police force during the time of the war. Some of them were born during the war. So majority of them didn't see what they call reality. It's very, very scary.
Thank you, Mr. Dollar. So I'm still trying to piece together this story about this guy that was shot. I think it was 8 times from what we have got. Huh?
4 times.
Okay.
4 shots in the chest.
Was he a threat? Was there anything that's established that he was a threat? What was it?
According to the fake information police directors put out, and which he demonstrated some of the evidence that the police that went there to have him arrested, he said when he broke the door on him, he had a collar, Masati. He trying to chop the man on his hair. The man put his hand like this and broke the Masatis. He got caught. The other folks came in to help, to subdue him. You see, the man knew the man was having a knife in his pocket or somewhere. He juke another person on the side of him, right to his chest. And then the backer came in with a weapon, he shot him.
Okay, so let's go back to Sonny Dog. Let's just use, because we're not there, but let's use common sense in reality, gravitation. Let's just use the force that we use and everything. If a grown man, how old was the guy who was murdered?
The guy who was killed?
Yeah, how old was he?
I have not get the actual age of him yet, but he was in he could be in between 40 to 50.
Okay, so then that's a grown man, right? But if we're taking into consideration this grown man who used machete, and according to you, what you just said, the police guy tried to block the machete or whatever it is.
That's a report from the police director.
How deep was the wound on the guy's hand? The machete, now somebody lunging at you, and they're using machete, and use your hand to block it. More likely, so it depends how sharp the machete was or whatever it is. It could have cut his hand off, right?
Yeah.
It go back. But let's assume that it wasn't that sharp, right? At least the wound should have been a little deep, right? The wound should. How deep was the wound, though?
What we saw
Mm-hmm.
on the police report and the photo, the image of the wounded police officer, the wound from the collet, from the machete, is little bit bigger, but it's not deeper from my observation on the photo. The wound on the other officers next to his chest area there, both of them at the hospital on ongoing treatment, was also a slight cut down there. When that happened, according to the police director report, the enforcers begin to reach excessive force by firing hard, and the full round went straight in the main church. But according to our witness report and things then, this man was not troubling anybody. He was in hospital. Police came there and make a alarming statement that, come out, we are here, police. And somebody got a mental problem. I don't know what kind of story they were given to the police prior to their going to have this man apprehended. So the entire situation requires a lot of caution. People need to know how it happened, how the thing started, and all this stuff. To be realistic.
Okay.
I come in 1 minute. I'll be with you in 1 minute, sir.
Yeah, sure. Well, it sounds very interesting. It sounds very, very interesting, but it also sounds like we have a bigger problem on hand. And let me say this to our people. Let me say this on the show today. You see the issue of the Sogo and drug addiction, whatever it is, it will not only increase. Say what you want to say. I don't like the country. I hate the country. I speak negative of the country. I have business. I'm not worried about that one. But I'm speaking facts. It will not only increase, but over time, when you drink alcohol and you use drugs or whatever it is, it has the ability to impact your brain. So it can cause psychological or mental health problems. So you will see increased mental health problems and psychological problems going on. But not only that, some of you will expose your children, your unborn children, to some of these sad realities. Because when you drink, when you use these drugs, when you get high, when you smoke, and other things like that, guess what it does? It goes into your bloodstream, into your body system, or whatever it is. And when you have children, those children might be impacted by that too. So y'all keep fooling around with the drug situation in our country. Y'all keep making it look like it's a joke or it's some kind of business where y'all benefit and you don't care about addressing it. Y'all please keep on. And the life y'all want to live, y'all want to continue, y'all keep on. But it's going to be a problem at the end of the day. And it has a very long-term impact and problem that will affect, if we're not careful, generations down the line. So, like I said, I don't know the details about these things, but it's very sad to even hear that the police or whatever it is we're not trained enough to be able to handle some of these situations. It's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. Put all politics aside, it is frustrating. And let me say this for the record. This is not necessarily a Jose Yuma Bwaga problem. However, Jose Yuma Bwaga used it as a campaign slogan. They made a song out of it. They use it to come to power. So, obviously, it's on him now to address it because he made it a priority. When you make something a priority in your campaign, when you use something as your campaign, and you make it the first issue that you want to tackle or address, the Kush. I remember they had a song about Kush, and they won that one. Today, here is it now. things are seeming like they're worse. But maybe welcome back.
Yeah, man, dear brother, thank you. Sorry that we had to step up the network because of some systematic problem. But again, I was listening to two of you when they were talking about Brother Matthew, and I've been getting a lot of information, a lot of reports from the members. They are gearing up against what happened to their son, to their brother, and to their uncle. Because for me, I've been knowing Brother Matthew for the past 14 to 15 years, rather. So I've been knowing Brother Matthew for a very long time. And in fact, I think I sent you a video where his baby's mother was also talking because, she's a nurse. And in fact, she understands some of the things that have been happening for a very long time. So she was also saying that the man was sick and the man needed to go to church. According to the man, I think the man had it no right. If he said, I don't want to go to the hospital, I want to go to church. I don't see anything in a form and manner for which the police have to force people to go to where they want to carry you. It's not about the rest. According to what they've been saying, even DN News were also on the scene, and they even interviewed some of the first, we'll call the first eyewitnesses or so forth. And they were also saying almost the similar thing, that, oh yeah, they may have been sick, and in fact he's sick, and his sister, quote unquote, his sister or his girlfriend, that person carry a vehicle to carry him to the hospital. And he said, no, I don't want to go to no hospital, I'm okay. So how come now you start to force people to go to hospital or to go to places that you want them to go? So all of these things, for me, I think these things should have been de-escalated in what the police did. But now the police people now they see like, okay, because what happened is like if we don't stand up, maybe the citizen or maybe other people, maybe when they talk and when they go against us, I mean maybe we may let not be fair or something. So they had to go there last evening when we were on the show. They had to go to like JFK and put candle on in the name of candle. Look, our Melbourne here, they are in our profession. There are certain things they call, there are news that are not worth dying for. There are things I expected the police officer to know better. You go to someone, or maybe you think about arresting someone, and they told you that this person is not well. I think there are some system that you have to put together in getting that person maybe to where you want to be, or maybe to where you wanted to be. But instead of you saving life now, life are now being destroyed. So
maybe I'll turn it over to you. I'll turn it over to you because we got to go to the news bulletin. We'll get back, then we'll pick up with the politics. Is that okay?
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm waiting.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you. So for me, I've been knowing Brother Matthew for ever so long. And I think the police officer, they have to investigate this case because this case, the family members, the friends, the relatives, and so forth, they are preparing and they are standing up because we don't just wait and just see the police officer let it count in the name of, okay, they are in solidarity. So then what happened to the life that have been lost? Because it is a right in the Police Act of 2015 for you to protect life and property. How come life has not been destroyed on your watch? So first, we're going for news bulletin, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah.
Let's go for news break. When we come back, we will talk more about all of the happening here in Liberia.
Yeah, we will discuss more. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Dollar. So those of you that we about to go for news break, let's play this video quickly as we transition for our news bulletin.
Your husband. Your name, please? Ebenezer Breeder. Moshe, there's the WA Facebook circulating that you gave birth to a pig. Tell us how true it is. Is it true that you gave birth?
Thank you, Godfather. I'm so happy today for you to be here. Okay. I've been searching for you, and luckily I find you.
Okay.
What I want you to say, I'm a gospel artist, Moshe.
Okay.
But it's so good is you hear something to sound up good. What all they saying there is false. Okay. How I will give birth to pig? If I give birth to pig, where? And I still have my better. Even though I get better, the better stay in front of me here.
Okay.
That what made me to just come to the hospital because I hear a lot of news today. Okay. People have been calling me left and right. They're calling me all over. You gave birth to pig, you gave birth to the 1 year. I don't give birth to pig. Okay. So if you carry your information, you will know how you carry your information. Because today, all my brother and sister, everybody sitting sad. Even the honorables open sitting sad today because of me. Why you have to low in the air and then go for your own story to create for somebody?
News bulletin at 7 Iron Sheikh Sano. In the headlines, President Joseph Boakai departs the country for a regional meeting in Lomé, Togo. House Speaker Richard Nangbe Kong calls for unity, discipline, and a renewed commitment to national service, welcomes members of the 55th National Legislature from their constituency break. NAMO Partners for Democratic Development unveiled its 2025 policy brief on governance and anti-corruption in Liberia. And away from Liberia, Zimbabwe lawmaker and poet dies after his car hit an elephant. Those were the headlines in the news. Now the detail. House Speaker Richard Nambwe has welcomed members of the 55th National Legislature back from their constituency break. Speaker Richard Nambwe officially welcomed the third and the final quarter of the legislature second sections, urging lawmakers to build on the progress made during the previous quarter. The Speaker praised members for the passage of key bills that, according to him, reflect a shared vision for national renewal and improved legislative oversight. The head of the House of Representatives also pointed to the ongoing renovations of the main chamber of the House of Representatives, describing it as a symbol of institutional pride and modern governance. Speaker Cohn further reminded lawmakers to display the official legislative license plate, saying that it demonstrates respect for institutional order. Turning to fiscal matters, Speaker Cohn announced that the national budget is expected to be presented to the legislature this quarter. He urged lawmakers to approach the budget review process with diligent commitment and a strong sense of responsibility. Moving forward, he outlined three priority areas for considerations, highlighting the increase of allocation to John F. Kennedy Medical Center and strengthening support for University of Liberia through enhanced infrastructure and operational funding to sustain educational excellence. He also pointed out a strategic method to improve the Rados International Airport with modern navigations. Speaker Richard Nambwe further appealed to the Senate to take timely actions on pending legislation, including the National Old Folks Bills and the Amended Disability Act, describing both as crucial to inclusive governance and the protections of vulnerable groups. NAMO Partner for Democratic Development has unveiled its 2025 policy brief on governance and anti-corruption in Liberia, a comprehensive analysis of early implementations of Pillar 4 of the government's arrest agenda for inclusive development. The report highlights both the progress made and urgent challenges that must be addressed if Liberia is to achieve its ambitions 2029 governance and accountability targets. The policy brief document early gained including biometric ID enrollment, parallel e-procurement systems, and the legislative progress on decentralizations. Yet it also revealed critical gaps. 60.7% of core services at the county service centers remain unavailable. 85.7% still rely on manual processes, and institutions tasked with fighting corruption face underfunding and limited enforcement capacity. Speaking on the launch, Eddie Jaolo, Executive Director of NAMO, stated Liberia's future rests on accountable institutions and a government that deliver for its people while reform have begun. The risks becoming symbolic with our urgent action to decentralize services, digitize governance, and ensure citizen feedback drives transformations. According to Jawle, the policy brief is not just a document, it is a call to action for policymakers, civil society, and every Liberian who demands transparency, equity, and accountability. The brief calls for high impact interventions, including decentralized biometric ID printing, nationwide adoptions of e-procurement, stronger anti-corruption enforcement, and full operationalization of revenue sharing regulations. Further recommend embedding citizen satisfaction metrics into national monitoring system to ensure reform respond to the realities of everyday Liberians. NAMO emphasizes that with our integrated digital governance, empower county authorities, and transparent financial system, Liberia risks missing its governance transformations target. The Liberia Petroleum Regulatory Authority, in collaborations with the National Oil Companies of Liberia, NOCA, has officially presented its signed petroleum production sharing contract to President Joseph Boakai. Presenting the contract, Madam Marilyn Logan, Director General of the LPRA, disclosed that agreement was signed between the governments of Liberia and two reputable international petroleum companies, totaling Total Energies and Oriental Petroleum Limited. According to Madam Logan, the signing marks a significant milestone in Liberia's effort to revitalize its oil and gas sector and attract credible international investors. She emphasized that the agreement represents a strategic step towards ensuring sustainable energy development. She further noted that the negotiation process was conducted transparently under the joint supervisions of the Liberian Petroleum Regulatory Authority, the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, the National Oil Company of Liberia, and the Liberia Revenue Authority. She said the approach was aimed at strengthening public confidence and ensuring accountability in the sector's operations. Madam Logan revealed that under the signing agreements, Liberia is set to receive a total of $12 million as a signature bonus from Total Energies, US $15 million in milestone-based payment from Oriental Petroleum Limited, and additional $2 million in voluntary investment directed toward Liberia's health and education sector. Meanwhile, receiving the 8th signed petroleum productive sharing contract from the two institutions, President Boakai expressed deep appreciation to the Liberia Petroleum Regulatory Authority and the National Oil Company of Liberia for their commitment and professionalism throughout the negotiation process. The Liberia executive noted that the successful completion of these agreements demonstrate both institutions' capacity to attract credible investors and promote transparency in national resource management. He underscored the importance of collaborative and coordinated actions in driving national development, lauding LPRA and NOCA for the positive result in facilitating the agreements. President Boakai further reaffirmed his administration's determinations to promote transparency, accountability, and inclusive participations in the management of Liberia's natural resources. The United Nations Development Program, UNDP, has disclosed unveiling a memorial monument next week in Bonyo Town, Bon County. According to UNDP review release, the Center for Justice and Accountability is an area where about 250,000 people lost their lives during Liberia's civil war between 1989 to 2003. The release further that in an effort to promote healing, peace building, and reconciliation, the Independent National Commissions on Human Rights, with support from UNDP under its peace building and reconciliation project, has constructed 5 memorials at massacre and mass grave sites across Grand Bassa, Riverside, Lofa, Gbapolu, and Nimba County. UNDP disclosed that 4 of these memorial sites have already been commissioned and officially handed over to the beneficiary community in the Bentine, Grand Bassa, Blowtime, Riverside, Botoma, Time, Lofa, and Gbapolu County. According to the release, the final memorial site located in the Bonyo Time Sanoe District, Bon County, is scheduled to be officially dedicated on Wednesday, October 15, 2025. The Chief Executive Officer of Little Is Much Vocational School, Arthur Thompson Weir is encouraging Liberian youth to take advantage of attaining his score. The vocational school is located in Duporo. The vocational school, which is located in Duporo, is offering several courses, including tailoring, electricity, plumbing, as well as interior decorations, amongst others. Speaking in an interview with this station's Arthur Thompson Weir, the chief executive officer of the institution disclosed that his school only permits students to pay $500 Liberian dollars and $5 US both to obtain a phone and to acquire t-shirt as uniform. According to him, classes are already in section and expected to come to an end on February of next year, 2026. Meanwhile, the chief executive officer of Lady is March Vocational School, Arthur Thompson Weir, has revealed that the intent of opening a vocational school is to be used as empowerment tools for the future generations. APM Terminal Liberia has reaffirmed its commitment to company development and national progress by returning as an official gold sponsor of 2025 Liberia Marathon, which takes place this Sunday, October 12th in Monrovia. The institution also champions health, wellness, and national unity during the competitions. This marks this company's third consecutive year partnering with the Liberia Marathon Trust, an ongoing collaboration that highlights its dedication to promote health, wellness, and unity among Liberians. The Liberia Marathon is one of the nation's most inspiring annual events, drawing thousands of runners from across the country and beyond. Staff of APM Terminals Liberia will also take part in the race under the banner Team APM Terminators, reflecting the company's culture of resilience and teamwork. Head of People Functions at APM Terminals Liberia, Madam Jean Hannah Thompson, said the partnership goes beyond sponsorship, emphasizing that the company is committed to building a healthier and more connected Liberia through initiatives like the marathon. Organizer of the Liberia Marathon expressed appreciation for APM Terminals' continuous support, describing the company as consistent and valued partner that ensure runners enjoy the event each year. If you are just joining us, please be reminded that you are listening to the news bulletin coming to you from the News and the Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. And all of Liberia, Zimbabwe opposition lawmaker Desire Moyo has died after the vehicle he was traveling in hit an elephant, local media report. The accident happened in the early hours of Friday morning while Mr. Moyo and 4 other MPs were traveling along the Bulawayo Gary Highway, according to state-owned broadcaster ZBC. He died instantly while his fellow lawmakers were left injured, the news outlet added. Tributes are pouring in for the well-known poet, hailed for his contribution to the art, who died a day before his 46th birthday. He was a member of the opposition Citizen Coalition for Change and served in the Zimbabwean Parliament's Sport, Recreation, Art, and Culture Committee. The Ngulumani constituency in Zimbabwe's second city, Bulawayo, which he represented, confirmed the news of his death in a statement and shared a deep sorrow and profound shock. Fellow CCC members and MPs Dizent Bajila provided more details on the horrific crash to local news site zimlife.com. He told the publication he had spoken to the injured MPs who relayed what had happened. To end this news bulletin, recap the top story. President Joseph Boakai departs the country for a regional meeting in Lomé, Togo. House Speaker Richie Nangwekun calls for unity, discipline, and renewed commitment to national service, welcomes members of the 55th National Legislature for their constituency break. NAMO Partners for Democratic Development unveils its 2025 policy brief on governance and anti-corruption in Liberia. And away from Liberia, Zimbabwe lawmaker in a point dies after his car hit an elephant. The news bulletin at 7. I'm Sheikh Sunday. Good evening.
Your horseman. Your name, please? Ebenezer Breeder. Moi, c'est
Well, folks, sorry about that. We're back from the news bulletin. Obviously, Richard Kuhn and unity cannot be in the same sentence. But this is Liberia for you. It has nothing to do with politics. It should have everything to do with the way you lay your bed, make your bed. That's how you lie in it. Richard Kuhn came to power on deception, noise, drama, undermining, disrespect of the rule of law, and so forth. How can Richard Kuhn be talking about unity? Mark, I'm not sure if you welcome the show, but I'm not sure if you listen to the news bulletin with Richard Kuhn calling for unity and all the other. That's what I'm saying. Richard Kuhn and unity can be in the same sentence.
Well, it's left with the public for interpretation. All the men know he's calling for unity. Now he's the speaker. They were able to razzle the speakership, which was inappropriate. I still remain committed to what I said. It was not unconstitutional. It is not even illegal, but it was inappropriate. And now he's the speaker. So it's up to the public to judge them on that. I know they are not interested in unity, but what you say? I mean, they made the new speaker, so he must make a statement to Joseph Boakai. That's why Joseph Boakai is giving a statement every time for every. I think he's leaving the country again, right? For some regional stuff. I don't know.
Well, I was saying we don't understand, but I get from Melbourne because they didn't want order. Melbourne. They say where is the Digon going again? What is going on?
Well, it said the Digon go to Lomé, Togo, for I think they say for regional security forum. But there are some unconfirmed. You know, they didn't really inform the public ahead of time, so there are some information out there that the president also informed we were going to Germany, others say in Togo, others say Italy, and so forth. But later on, from the interview from the executive mansion, we understood that the president going to Togo. But again, we don't know whether from Togo you will be going to Germany. But as far as we are concerned, the president is heading to Togo. Yeah.
Do we know who finances that trip, and how does Liberia benefit from that?
Well, my dear brother, are you sure? Sometimes when there are some reactions, like for example, the presidential villa, when that reaction came out, the government spokesperson or the deputy spokesperson said, or the MRU or so forth, and back to back today, finally today, we heard from the presidential press secretary, Madam Kula Fofana, saying that yes, indeed, it's government project 100%. It is the Liberian people project, and that place will be for all of the presidents, what are past and current presidents, according to her. But that spark of mixed reaction also to that people are saying, if it is true that it is government project, how come it becoming a secret? So my dear brother, we don't know exactly who sponsoring the trip of our president or of our government.
They are telling you that he's going for some regional peace and security meeting. I don't know what kind of peace and security meeting. The problem is in Liberia, when your president is making an international trip, don't ask if Liberia is going to benefit. You need to ask how much the president is going to pocket in terms of his stopping and his perks, because when they make this trip, it's not about benefiting the country, it's all about how much they will be taking from the budget, because that's how the president budget is structured. The more international trips he make, or even domestic trip, he makes certain amount of money. Maybe it's 300,000, maybe it's 280,000, maybe it's 400,000. So it's all about how much he will be pocketing this time, because you have to exhaust the budget before the end of the fiscal year. That's just how it's structured in Liberia. So he must make a lot of trips.
Yeah, Monk, that's a good point. But the first point I want to go on first: who's shouldering, who paying the bills for that trip, and then how does it benefit Liberia? Then we'll come back to why is it that they would you even take that trip if it's not going to benefit Liberia? If we're going to be spending money, who's benefiting to be able to prioritize this trip? Because, like you said, now it comes back to okay, let's scrutinize the budget and find out if the president goes for this amount of day or he out of the country. I'm not sure this is the new way to collect money from the taxpayer.
They always been like that.
It doesn't make any sense, though.
That's the system.
But-
they call it peace and
But the
security.
money in the budget now.
It's in
yes.
the budget. The office got a budget, and before the year comes to an end, he must exhaust that budget.
You got to get
and
the money. Thank you.
way
You got to get the money
that
out.
They can exhaust it much quicker is to make a lot of international trips. That's why when you look at the breakdown of the budget.
But Monk, I understand the point you're making before we bring Mr. Dollar in here. I understand the point you and Noble are making. Valid point, truly speaking. But then my question, my concern is, if we're not getting anything on this return for all of these trips, right? Isn't this wasteful spending? Couldn't this part of the budget be reallocated or something else to benefit the Liberian people? Where we are hearing is alleged that a couple of people have not even been paid for a couple of ministries. Can we redirect some of these fundings so that the president is not just, because a double spending here, whether you look at it or not, you are paying for the budget? I mean, I just don't get it.
So now you will know, Steve, quickly before another maybe panelists come up. Now you will know why our people continue to live in poverty because of the waste. The government don't care. The government, in fact, all they want, Lemon was saying, is to get the monies out because, quote unquote, they are saying it's by law because the law say the budget is $3 million. That, for example, for the president to use. So in that time, we have about 2 more months to go. And the new budget, they're already talking about 2026 budget. So they have to get all the monies out. 2 more months to go. So within a 2 months period, they got to absorb all of the monies, or else we'll lead them, my brother. And even when leader, we will not understand anything. So that's the reason why Liberia is backward in this form and manner. Go ahead, my brother.
Mr. Dollar, do you subscribe to the idea that the president got to be traveling on all these trips that are useless, worthless? They don't bring anything to us. I mean, basically, I just don't understand what is it? What is it?
Can I come in?
So please.
First of all, we need to know what purpose the president go for. According to Nibon, he said for bilateral security issue, isn't it? Look, if it's a bilateral security issue, why the president have to go there? Why the defense minister or the justice minister can go there that are responsible for the national security of our country to come and make a report to him? Because every trade the president take is now small money.
Yeah.
So why we can send this kind of people, the justice minister or the defense minister, to go and attend to this kind of thing? You know the reason why all these things are happening, Steve and Moban. I have said it before, and Brazilian Mon said it will not happen because the people will not make a law against their very self. So long the clause in our constitution say anything president do during his term of presidency, when he leave the power, he should not be wholly responsible for it. So long that clause in our constitution, the people will continue to misuse our fund, misbehave any kind of way in the leadership, and when they are removed tomorrow, so long they have not been impeached to be taken out of office, and they are leave the office tomorrow by way of general election, they will go and sit down and enjoy those money that stole and misappropriate. You know, the typical evidence is right before you and I. What kind of nonsense Joe we are never did in his 6-year term? Are there anybody to ask Joe why he did? Because of that cross. Why the Liberian people can't petition their lawmaker to come out with a referendum to remove this clause? According to our constitution, the power lies in the hand of the citizen. But the citizens themselves, they are the enemy of their very self, because these people misbehaving like this, the citizens are not making no statement. They say law. Some of the law, when the law is not right, it's not favorable of the citizen, it needs to be removed. But it's not happening in our case. So for me, to be honest, Steve, that question you're asking, who's sponsoring the mail trip here and there and rest of it, the money in the budget for the mail to travel here and there and rest of it, somebody useless traveling, you're not going to see anything. Sometimes when you go into that meeting, you go sit down and sleep. After everything, the night is slow, you say, Chief, everything finished. So okay. Then he get up, we come back, and the money, he got it. So any reason why we asking who's sponsoring it? The money is there.
The money is there, just sitting.
Yeah. But Monk, how do you react to this? Because this seems like a legitimate.
What can Monk do, Steve? For God's sake, what can Monk do?
I have a question for Monk. This entire process seems like a legitimizing corruption or stealing or suffering of the people, right? Because it goes through the legislature, they got a budget or whatever it is, right? So automatically they think it's something that they want to do. But here's my question to you, Monk. How do we get rid of this? How do we stop this? Because this is stealing honor.
Technically, the only way you can get rid of it, like they said, power is inherent in the people. The people don't understand. The vast majority of people don't understand the system of governance that we practice. Democracy is very complex. That's why I told people, when you look over the history of Africa, the country that did better were the one that had military leadership. Because the common man does not understand. This is classic money laundering that with the cover up of the law. Because don't forget, the budget is the largest instrument in the whole bureaucracy. So anything that is done illegally, once it's in the budget, is considered legal, even though this is money laundering and stealing in broad daylight. But it's backed by the budget, and the budget is a law. So even though the action is illegal, but the process is considered legal. That's why you see, even from the previous administration, the same thing happened. I can remember one time somebody called me. He said, why Georgia is attending a Francophone summit? Because Francophone is only for French-speaking countries. I said, no. Georgia understands that the more profit, the more travel you make, the more profit you make. It's a business model. So he could care less. Can you imagine, in Africa, they're having a Francophone summit, and a man who is from an English-speaking country, I think it was in Congo, Congo Brazzaville, I can still remember in his presidency.
What are you going to say there?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. You're talking about a peace and security symposium. Let me tell you something, Steve. They got people in the foreign ministry, in the presidential circle, that just go online, they look for these international conferences, and they book there, they get an invitation, and they travel. That's their full-time job. They are only looking for things, whether it's a business forum in Atlanta or some entrepreneurial meeting in Dallas, whether it's something, they always online searching. The moment they find something, guess what? They just discover another money-making opportunity. It's the easiest way that the president walk away with money at the expense of the taxpayer. So that's why I keep saying, the average president in Liberia, when the president leave the country, he's trying to better the country or make people live better. That's a lie. He's only making more profit at your expense because you are the one paying for it. For them, it's nothing. It's free money. So they could care less. That's why it even plays into the conversation of Mr. Cummings about they cutting down on with the private jet, because you don't look at how the country is benefiting from the trip. You are only looking at how much you will pocket. So it's a one-way street in favor of the president and his entourage, but for the country, it's zero, it's nada. It's a waste of time, my brother. There is no way you can change it, except the people themselves come up with some kind of petition politics or something like referendum or something, because it's legal by virtue of the budget and the law. So even though he's stealing from all in broader level, we can talk about it all we want. The fact of the matter is the process is covered up or licensed by the Constitution and the law, because the budget is a law.
This is quite interesting. So Mr. Dollar, before we go to the line, or before we turn it over to Milborn, maybe he can chime in and then go straight to the lines. So basically, the people, it seems like the people are under the impression that when the president go for these kind of meetings, the common people, it's meant for him to boost the country image or to bring something back. But truly speaking, when you look at it for true, that's not the underlying reason. The underlying reason is for the president to go and make more money. Because the more he stay away, or the more he go on the different travel or whatever it is, he get these stipends, he get all the different perks and benefits or whatever it is.
Yeah, let me say something to you, Steve. I think the Brazilian already know what we're talking about right now. Let me tell you something. Every trade the president take, all those around him, they got pat down. Well, every person that traveling with the president, they got special budget, they give it to them as a pat down. So long you living your official resident to go elsewhere, you need a pat down. Well, during the administration, when some of us were in a task force, when the president going for country world tour, we used to be fighting to be part of the trade because we know we're getting extra money beside our salary. We call it pat down. They will put it in your pocket. You will have a good bit of money. Every day you got a certain amount of money. The country and put it in your pocket. So, like what Mon just said, they got certain people at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs look for this kind of book out conference and things then in order for some people to travel with the president get his cut, and those people also that traveling with the president, all of them get their packaging. It's not about the interest of the state, it's about the interest of their pockets and their family. So obviously, the best way, as you ask the question, you ask Mom, that's why I say Mom cannot answer this question. The question, those that are supposed to answer this question is the Liberian that on the ground to petition their lawmaker to remove somebody nonsense something in our constitution, to prosecute those criminals when they leave the power, they make news, will investigate and pre-charge every single body that take the leadership and misappropriate our funds when they leave the power. If that happens to one or two leaders, the other president, the other leader will behave themselves. Well, so long it's not happening, you will continue.
But Steve, the point that Mr. Dollar is making, right? You cannot even expect that from our lawmaker because the lawmaker also get their share when it comes to leveraging the money under the disguise of the budget. So all the extra incentive, that's why you see when the budget is being negotiated, the first branch of government and the executive branch, they go and sit in the room. That's where they decide the cake, how we're going to split it. It was the reason that your former Chief Justice got mad and said we want our share. Because the law is structured in a way that these two, even though there are three co-equal branches of government, these two are the one that can go in the conference room and decide, okay, we will steal 30 million this year, maybe we'll pull 5 million or 15 million in the executive, then the rest we the lawmaker ourselves, because the same way the president is making money, the lawmaker are also making their share on the other side through incentive, through perks, all the benefits. I get a business going on between the two branches of government. That's how it's structured.
So is that why Senator Dillon is seeing on most of the trips?
Yes.
Yeah. The problem is that's why you got to negotiate now because you want extra money, even though you're a lawmaker. But the more individual that goes on the president trip is also part of the budget. But guess what? There's someone too that's making money in that process because the president got to handpick or select people that will travel with him. Take for example, you are coming to an international conference for entrepreneurs, right? And you bring in somebody from LPRC. Does that make sense? But no, the president from LPRC lobbied to be on that trip. So if he figure out that he can get maybe $10,000 or $15,000 in per day, he can get a president that put on the list maybe $3 or $4 grand and walk away another free $10,000 free.
Okay.
See how it works?
I am telling you, Steve, you should be lowering to go on a tour with the president, country world tour, so we can get pat down. In a higher up, like the senator that are traveling with the president, what the senator then going to do? More especially when they were going to China. What? And they were going to Japan. They were going to this place. What did I go do there? For God's sake, tell me.
Yeah, and you have the foreign minister and other people don't go. Okay. Well, let's hear from our people. Milborn is up to you. For
to even add up quickly before we go to the line, even this trip, we have Senator Momo Cyrus of Lofa County also on this trip as we speak. He's part of this trip that the president is making. So that I don't speak to one more just stated. But Mom, let me just add up something that maybe that you're forgetting about. You know, I think our first branch of government is powerful, but the executive, in all of her ways and everything, she succeeded in, controlling the first branch of government. That's why sometimes when people blame the first branch of government, sometimes I side with them and say, yes, people are right. Because guess what? If the first branch of government, out of the 105 officials that have been elected, and
103, right?
And the first branch is 103. So if those 103 lawmakers decide that for the betterment of the country and say, look, Mr. President, if you can't do the right thing, we'll not go to work. Steve or Monk or Mr. Dollar, I think by this time that we're making a lot of progress. But because the government or the executive branch will always want to do business as usual, so they will always side, or in fact, they want speaker that they will control. Speaker that will control the lawmakers and give them money and manipulate their minds, buy them flashy cars, give them all of the share of the stealing money. So, Monk, you're right. That's why we stay struggling. That's why we are staying into this poverty and will never graduate soon, because even no matter what kind of government are coming, because that thing is almost like it's a cartel.
It's a culture, yeah.
Thank you. And that's a cartel right there. The executive always want to control the 103. Can you imagine? You have 105 persons that have been elected to do the Liberian work. Then only one person sitting at the top, controlling 100 and almost 104, because including the vice president. Then you sit back. You sit back because you want to get a share of the money. All you want is money. They are not in the interest of the Liberian people. Don't allow them to fool you. They are not. Because they want money. So I'll leave it at that. Let me go to the line, because these are just facts. Yes, indeed, these are glaring facts that we don't even want to even sugarcoat or in fact to even have behind the scene. But let me go to the line to interact with our people. Today's first caller, David King, good evening. Yes, man, dear brother, good evening, go ahead.
We will talk and talk and talk, but we are not getting anywhere on this stuff. There's a black guy yesterday, he said we will fly in private jet. There's a whistle spinning. But even though he said was a whistle spinning, or even locally, if the black guy is flying in private jet. So go for Spring Tree to Lofa in private jet. Now he left for here to Lobe in private jet. So if we wait for regional security conference, what we have a defense minister, what we have a justice minister. You don't think it was putting enough for the president to have sent some of those lieutenants that he has who have the security idea to go to the president? Is it compulsory that the president should leave from here to go there? Because we know President Father have made all of this travel with nothing coming back to the country as a dividend. All of the trips President Father have made are all useless trips. Nothing has come back to all the citizens to benefit, or rather to benefit himself. So he gets to the airport when the journalists are asking, he'll be linking words to them, asking them, say, what you say? So you can't have this kind of president trying all what it says, they're bringing back nothing, and just putting on it for nothing expensive.
All right, thank you. I hope you people are counting or maybe checking all the trips. To Charles Cooper, Charlie, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mebon.
Yes, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Charles T. Cooper, call from Tupoporo. Mebon, President Parker, who has been used by President Ellington to represent on some of the international trips. He came out and said that he was a Parker. It tells you that President Parker had appetite for traveling. Even when President Ellen was in power, he was traveling, but he still told you that he was a Parker. He did not travel enough. That's why he was telling me that people that I love traveling. But Ellen did not use me too much. So now he has the opportunity to talk about maybe what caught my attention today. I just came from Boston. You remember on the convoy that I saw. I got a friend, maybe it's not politics, there's reality, maybe. You know, they were like people don't know the feel that we are against the government. But maybe I was coming from Boston. The government that I saw, maybe even President Taylor time, I haven't seen that kind of convoy in this country. So I wonder why is President Parker
accepting the kind of all of the ministers just want to be in a convoy fry. I saw the convoy to that going fry. What is happening to our country? We have said that leadership will make on this country is cursed. And if we cannot break this guy, maybe we'll talk about the next 2,000 years. Maybe you said a convoy today?
Yes, I think there have been a series of competition on the internet as to which president or which government has the longest convoy. But today's caller, good evening. Let me see. I think the caller is off the line. Hello, today's caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, go ahead, my brother.
Thank you very much. One thing, there is a clear discussion for the legal market, like after not the our brother Moses Sony said the president is going for peace security meeting. Therefore, I feel a lot of money for this kind of meeting. And then for me, I consider as a waste of resources to live. Therefore, I think the essence of going for this kind of meeting is going to acquire the knowledge from other people, the international community will be able to make positive impact. But since the people keep the power of making before the conference is a meeting that they are going for around in for people, we are not seeing anything happening violent. So, is that month what are you observed and then possibility that may happen in Ghana at the offices that meeting that people are going for. Thank you very much for your show.
Thank you. I will tell you, Samuel. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, people, good evening to the other panelists. I'm Abby Johnson calling from Togo, this report. But this point, you know, understand something happened here when Joseph Bola just took over. You saw them fighting to remove on an over. Even when Rachel were in line for protest people, so they may raise the budget from 2.30 to 5.30 billion. Because why you are instructed by the president of Peking, you got to go for that money and you want to give my own share. Why to be required to go carry budget of 2.5 million? Because the president has 2 for 8. So that the fight that you see that may happening. But for the teacher to there's something with the budget, and you got to bring a document. You can't see all that budget and answer. And I think God knows in the world what they say about move on a day. But they get people that want to do the right thing. And so when you want to do the right thing, middle day, you get the president way. They will fight you, they will take it from there.
Exactly.
So that the president will hear. The president not going to change anything. The president came to be on the civil and 100 people. So thank you.
Thank you, my dear brother. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, good evening to you. Emmanuel Kana is my name for district 2. You are going to see the rescue team, when they came to rescue the people of the street. The rescue team, when they came to rescue the people in Green, Allah, not supporting and not rescue.
Even the green people are also complaining they are crying. So,
speaking to what look at the
all right. Thank you, my dear brother. Keep your calls coming. We will maybe anytime this week or next week. We will also look at the president convoy. I think that will be discussed because I saw that also on the internet as competition. I think they were comparing Liberia president with another country when it comes to the issue of convoy. But keep your calls coming. Very interesting. 0770203125. That's the number to call, or better stay on the WhatsApp. So let me see the WhatsApp number quick. Let me put it on the screen so that those of you who are watching, so that you can also be part of the show this evening. Again, the number to call is 0770203125. Call and make your own input here this evening on the SKTV show. What say you with all of the happening, all of the discussions, your presidents, travels, and so back to back? Someone will say maybe this is the 15th or the 16th time since our president in fact, since he was sworn into power into 2024, January 22nd, the year. So people are counting. Someone just texted me and put in said maybe I think this is almost the 15th or 16th time. But keep your calls coming. to 0770203125. That's the number to call. If not, then let me see. Okay, the line is blinking. So this caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, my brother, go ahead. Good evening. Your name and from where, John?
Yeah, my name is Danimodi P. Now, I call from 540 Comotown. From the initial stage, we knew that Umar Bora was not going to do anything in this country here. When Bora took over New York, he said that he was not going to do this thing that he is doing today. He's not going to ride jet plane. He's not going to have private plane, doing all the one and saying all the things there. And today Umar Bora is riding the kind of thing there. Even he was not listening to the drug people. When we say it, nothing he can hear. You see it? So this is look at his travel. Look at the way he's traveling. He's traveling all over, coming back with nothing. Just using the drug money for free. So if this will come for Umar Bora, nothing will come for him. No matter what my brother will be talking on the list, he has come to our end. Nothing Umar Bora will ever produce this country here where he needs to remain on it. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. Keep a calls coming. We'll take one or two more calls, then we'll cross over to our team of panelists. I need to give a few times into our discussion before going for the night here on the Friday edition of the SKTV show, the 10th of October. The 10th month is 10/10/2025. Wow, that's good. So take a few more calls. Let me get to this line quickly. Good evening. Hello, my brother. How you doing? Hello, we're getting you. Go ahead, your name and from where you join us. Okay, so is that maybe you're having some issues, maybe with your network or so forth. So we take one or two more calls, and we'll cross over quickly to our team of panelists right here on the SKTV show on the Friday. Then we go home they will close us. We'll go home for the day. But we're talking about national issues. Your president, the rescue, the rescue is rescuing. I don't know whether they're rescuing the people or they are rescuing themselves. Who knows? Maybe you will tell us which way are we, what's going to happen next, and what are things. Yeah. So if not, yeah, Mark, Steve, and other Mr. Dollar, I think no need to waste our time. So let's move on. I think people listening to most of the callers. So let's move on quickly.
Well, I got an important announcement. Today is October 10th. We got the birthday of one of our diehard supporter, Colonel Dixon B. Young from Sacramento, California. Today is a special day, so for the SKTV supporters and sympathizers, my own pop's birthday today, the 10th of October, 2025, maybe. So
yeah, so let me tell about Luis quickly. Let me take Luis Pony, one of our regular contributors on the show. Yeah, but Luis, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. I'm sorry for the interruption, man. I shouldn't be calling at this time, but I was trying to recharge.
No problem, brother.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys, man, for always leaving. I mean, Steve, Monk, for taking up your patient schedule and come to conscientize our people. It's a difficult thing, but we're trusting God. Maybe gradually the mindset of our people will change. President Moore, it's kind of difficult. Sometimes I've asked Milburn this question. I said, who told you the Liberian people suffering? Look, I like to retrospect to the case with Archie Pompon. Look, Monk, just listen, Monk and Steve. There was a guy who was in the advocacy for the judiciary workers' salary increment. They didn't pay them for 6-7 months. He took up the campaign. Archie Pompon is very popular. All the story, all on the internet.
Oh yeah, we saw that do. Yeah,
this guy advocated go into back and forth with the chief justice at that time. It was Francis Pompon. And then Monk, the guy go to the estate to set himself ablaze. You know what, shopping? The next day, the judiciary staff will go back to work.
Yep.
Therefore, you think they should have stayed in solidarity? All the workers, all the staff at the judiciary, they should have stayed on the work for 1 or 2 months. The entire work they're going to paralyze because they won't.
And that's a betrayal now.
But no, Luis, let me stop you there, Luis. Let me stop you 1 second. We'll continue.
So tell me that the people are complacent. The people, I mean, they are still. They kind of adjusted to it, so they will just call on radio, they will just talk. But I doubt it. What I think people are paying $120, $90, and if you complacent, and then they go to white regular. And if they stay during the climate of Mrs. Salif, there was a group they called Patel. For 3 days, they paralyzed the whole city. 3 days. I mean, no custom breaker, no 3 days. They called into the table for negotiation. So the people are okay with Monk. The people are okay with what they earn.
No, you're right. You're right, Luis. Yeah, you're right. I really agree with you. Even though I wanted to ask you, but let go. No time already. Yeah, happy birthday to our followers, those of you who are celebrating birthday and the name that Monk just mentioned. Happy birthday to you. So, Monk, yeah, that's it. We
I wanted to hold Luis for 1 second.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to hold Luis because I wanted to remind Luis, not only the judiciary staffers, the Liberian people themselves, the regular people, they made fun out of Archie Pompon.
Steve, we're not seeing you also. Yeah. I think you got to take off that face cap. Yeah, Monk, please 30 seconds. The Facebook
people made fun of that man without realizing what Archie Pompon did was the very same thing that set the entire Arab war on fire with the Arab Spring, when the bread seller from Tunisia set himself ablaze to oppose the autocratic government throughout the entire Arab war. But in the case of Liberia, not only the people that were affected by working with the judiciary, the Liberian people themselves were making fun of him on Facebook. I can vividly remember. That's why I always love when Luis called on the show. He always brings something an important point, and he always referencing history. That's exactly what happened. But take over, guys. I just wanted to reiterate that point. Not only them, the regular people themselves.
Well, Mr. Dollar, go ahead. Make your point.
Yeah, let me give my closing statement. I will bring something to everybody's attention. You know, like what the gentleman who just spoke, he said something very, very renowned. You know, we the Liberian people, we are the worst enemy of our very self. You know, to be realistic, the only time Liberian men will do something logical once the problem come and choke everybody and make them to eat something they call Bobo John. When they start eating Bobo John, that's the time they can realize that things are tough. If the Liberian men are eating Bobo John, you don't know that what things are tough. So I will give my last comment on the lie that the present government is saying to the Liberian people, that they perpetrate the bidding in FOIA. He say it's not going to only be for this government. He say any other president can will use it. That's a goddamn bloody lie. What people going to FOIA for? What are you going to do the FOIA? I've been the FOIA, I know FOIA. I know FOIA to my fingertip. What in ready in FOIA, any other president who is now a Gizi man will go to FOIA to go do what there? What the people will lie like that? But they know who they're doing it to. Nobody will take any action on the government in terms of that. Until we all rush out, the citizens in the country raise up to say, look here, enough is enough. That nonsense thing that in the constitution, because the only constitution the drawing behind it commit crime and nothing come out of it. Now make sure we visit that constitution. I hope another good president will come in and put the foot down to make sure that to change that clause in the constitution. Because Monk said it, and I know it's a fact, that the lawmaker will not session it for the resolution to be on the floor to discuss it, because you know you're going to hunt all of them. They will never do it. But if we have a good president tomorrow who have the country at heart, say, yeah, I think this thing need to be removed, it's killing the citizen, then you will happen. I hope so. I pray that a good president come tomorrow to take that necessary step. So, gentlemen, thank you very much for allowing me to be here tonight, and I will be available next week.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you. So I would love to leave.
Thank you, Mr. Dollar. Well, I mean, Monk, you want to make a parting comment quickly? Then I'll make mine and we'll turn it over to Milton.
The old man went. I mean, the old hand went rogue with his voice, and he started getting a bit of comedy. You know, when you're not comfortable with certain things, but when you are mad, you got to come out of your character at times. That's how he sounded. But that's just the reality. And at the end of the day, maybe when we get the rightful leader, we need a total overhaul of our constitution, because that's the only way you can attack multiple problems in the case of Liberia. Because the constitution is where they serve as the guardians or the guardian staff for the whole democratic process, and we need a total revamp. That's the only way. Whether it's petition, it's not going to, even if you come with a referendum on one or two issues, no. Liberia problem, they are numerous, so you need a total overhaul of the constitution. And he said it right. It came from the MRU facility now. It's for Liberia, but who wants to go to FOIA? Because that's Joseph Boakai signature project, that his retirement plan for his people, because I don't know who will go to Lofa County and leave Vonderman, the administrative and provisional capital of Lofa County, where all the economic activity is happening, to go and sit in some forest in Foya because he's building it for himself. That's just offensive way of saying I'm building my retirement home. But anyway, guys, that's my parting comment for today. I start right there.
Thank you. Let me make my parting comment. I'll turn over to Milborn quickly. Let me say this. I think I agree with, I've said it numerous times here. Sometimes Milborn can disagree with me openly. Sometimes behind closed doors, he disagrees and argues. The government is not the problem. The House of Representatives is not the problem. The Senate is not the problem. The Liberian people are their own problems. I've never seen any country never any group of people. I don't even know how you fought war. Yeah. Nothing make your vest. Nothing can make you to stand up. You allow people who not even supposed to treat you all and nothing, treat you all and nothing. That Joseph Boakai, 80-year-old man, supposed to be eating show on you, and you're sitting down. Joseph Boakai then messing up the country, stealing from you in broad daylight, and you're living it with God. You're making a lot of that church. So what needs to happen before you rise up? All the things you're seeing around the other time, the country who is who got the lowest IQ in the world, Nepal. The people got tired of they got up.
What government out of power?
No, honestly, they got tired.
What needs to happen in that country? What needs to happen in that country for you to rise up? What needs to happen? What needs to happen? What needs to happen? You get Delone kind of they basically build fence. They said, "I'm not going to build fence." They build fence. What do you need to happen? So what do we need to say for you to stand up? What do we need to say? The police not plenty fire. The army not plenty fire. What do you need to happen? You man, this is very frustrating.
Well, thank you, my dear brother. Even let me be frank. Sometimes in the minds of our people, when you stand up, that means you are about to cause chaos. You know, these are premature thinking that their country will fight war. Oh no. Even on the internet, you can respectfully disagree with your government. Tell them that yes, that what some of the rescuers are doing. Like for example, Queen Johnson, most of them they are speaking out about the ills, and that's good. But in so doing, physically, you got to stand up and tell your government that no, we don't want they kind of sit there anymore. There's no one that will vote for. But now we got to go. No time on tomorrow. We will talk more about this. Thanks to all of you, my people. Thanks to everyone for being part of the Sktv, the Friday edition. Good night. From our end here, we see you on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God, Brother Edward Precious. Thank you to all of you for always being with us here on the Sktv show. Good night. We got to go, people. No time.